This week on Steel Horse Thunder, we head to the heart of Indianapolis for the Governor's Ride.
You know, I grew up on motorcycles, but to have them back in my life has just been a great joy.
Then we head to Hangout at Flames and check out a really cool workshop that they're doing.
We're all about educating one another and making sure that we're safe.
Then we get to have a little fun on the new Harley Roadster.
You know, Harley's really taken 60 years of the Sportster and morphed it into this great bike.
All that and much more this week on Steel Horse Thunder.
Go Navy, of course. but
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Are you adequately insured if you get in an accident? Do you have the right coverage? Can you recover from your own insurance company? These are questions we deal with on a daily basis. So call us at 317-842-5800 or visit us at leidendorf.com. Because if you're in an accident, you need us against the insurance company. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
How would you describe, in a nutshell, what is Texas Corral?
Texas Corral is more than a restaurant. It's actually it's a Texas-themed dining experience. It's good for the whole family if you want to come and bring everyone, or if you just want to come in and have a beer. It's totally fine either way.
And just like in Texas, everything is bigger here.
Absolutely. We have big beers, big samplers, but low prices.
So whether you're taking the family out to dinner, or if you just finished riding the back roads of beautiful southern Indiana with your buddies on the motorcycles, Texas Corral is the place to be. Two great locations.
I think people like Hangout at Flames mainly because it's not a big corporate store. They can come here, they can hang out. We invite them in the back to watch us while we work on their bike, or even participate. We get a lot of new riders, first-time riders. They like that extra hands-on, and I think they like the pride in knowing what's being done to their motorcycle.
They do great work, and it's a great place to hang out, and we're thankful to have them as a sponsor of Steel Horse Thunder.
Hey, it's the 2016 Governor's Ride. We're not sure if the governor's going to be here or not. Let's go see if we can find him, find Jay, see what's going on today. Terry, we're out here at the Governor's Ride, and I know you're involved with the National Guard, and you're out here at the table, registration table. You guys are taking up donations. What exactly do you guys do out here on this ride?
Well, what I do, the reason that I'm here, I'm actually with the Indiana National Guard Relief Fund, and ABATE has come around a number of years, and they do this ride, but their ride began with awareness for motorcycle safety, but it's developed into a fundraiser for the Indiana National Guard Relief Fund, so I'm out here as a part of that group.
And what got you involved in doing what you do now?
Well, in 2007, my son was killed in Iraq. He was National Guard in high school, but when he graduated, he went active Army, and then Easter morning 2007, he and two others were killed in Baghdad. So the military always said they would stay by my side. They've always stayed by my side, and they've just become my new family.
So this is very personal, obviously, for you when you're out here. What would you say to people that maybe have never donated, or there's a lot of riders out here maybe wouldn't even come to the table? How important is it for people to donate and come out like this? You know, it's very important, and the one thing that I think a lot of people kind of get lost with is taking specifically our Indiana service members through the National Guard and the reserves. They're serving every day. They may be going to a civilian job. They may not be coming into a base per se, but they're serving every day because they can get that call at any moment. And that means they're going to have to leave their homes. They're going to have to leave their jobs and their families. And it could sometimes put them sideways in a turn financially. So what the Relief Fund does is it provides hardship grants for these families in case something like that happens. So that's what I would explain to them, that you may not see them on TV like you do our active military, but they are among you every day. Every day. Very well said. Well, thank you very much. I know you're very busy over here. A lot of people come to the table. Great turnout. Great weather. Well, Jay, we're out here at the Governor's Ride. I know this is something you guys put together. I know you work hard to do this ride, and I have a feeling it's been a little harder this year. The last few days a little crazy?
Been a few challenges. The complexion has changed a little. Obviously, with construction on Orr Plaza, we couldn't start there, and we knew that from the get-go. But Governor Pence's new role in the national scene have changed the dynamics a little locally. Well, you obviously have a little bit of pull. I understand he is going to be here this morning. He's going to ride with us. He can't spend the entire day, but he didn't want to miss the ride. So he's going to be here and ride with us for an hour or so, and then he's got to go to another meeting.
And so how does this go about now? Okay, obviously next year there'll be a different governor in place here, regardless who it is. There's going to be somebody different. How do you go about saying, hey, we need to keep doing this ride?
Just that. We need to keep doing this ride. Both of the current candidates we've talked to, and they're interested in continuing it. So regardless of who wins, I certainly expect that we'll have a ride with the governor in 2000. What year is that? 17, wasn't it? Yeah.
So you ever going to charge for this ride? I know this ride is always free. I know they take donations for the Indiana National Guard, but there's never been a price tag on this.
Primary purpose, Scott, of course, is to draw awareness to motorcycles. We want people out on the road in cars and trucks to look and go, what are all those bikes doing? What's this all about? And make them think about bikes being on the road. That's the real purpose. So we don't want to charge for it. Back in the Daniels administration, Governor Daniels decided it might be nice to turn the proceeds into something that would benefit somebody. So the National Guard Relief Fund, which helps soldiers and their families, is an excellent cause. We've been doing that probably 8 or 9 years now and raised several $1,000s for them that they're most appreciative of.
Eric, we're out here Friday morning, governor's ride. Why aren't you at work?
Well, I'd tell you the truth, but you wouldn't like the answer.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Financially independent, you don't have to work. I love that answer.
Retired.
Very good. You look way too young to be retired, so that's why I figured I'd pull that line with you. So I saw you over here. You were intently looking at a piece of paper. What are you looking over here?
The rules and regulations of the ride, and then I'm going to look at the itinerary, see where they're going at, which way they're going.
It never hurts. People pick these pieces of paper up and they never look at them. I love the fact that you're looking not only at the route, but the rules and how they want everybody to ride, because if everybody would do what you're doing right now, this ride becomes 10 times safer.
Yep.
So how long you been riding?
Since I was 12.
Okay, so about 7 years. This is a nice bike. You do a lot of riding. Do you do a lot of charity rides? Or?
No, I don't really get a chance to. So we're here. Hopefully I'll get to do some more in the future since I don't have to work as much, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm glad you're financially independent now. You'll be able to get out there and put lots of miles on the bike, and really happy you came out here today for the governor's ride.
Yeah, thank you. It's going to be a good day. I should have worn me a short sleeve shirt though, but I did bring an extra change out.
Governor Pence, this is that the official title still? I'm not sure how this works now. A lot of stuff going on.
It's Mike to you. Thanks for coming out for the governor's ride. It's just so great to see all these great riders out raising money for the Military Relief Fund, and it's just very inspirational, and we got a great day.
Very thankful for you to take time out. I know you're extremely busy right now. To be able to come out here and do part of this ride with us, it's got to make you feel good to see this many people here, huh?
It's very inspiring. But let me run over here with my general, and I'll catch you in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks. As you can tell, some things have changed a little bit when talking with the governor. Normally, it's very easy to do. This time, we're having people kind of shuffle us around and tell us where we can be and can't be. So, a little different, but very happy for the governor. So, kind of your final ride here for the governor's ride, correct?
It really is, and it's really been a high point for me in the course of my career to really return to motorcycle riding 4 years ago. It's really been great fun, and in fact, we actually got my wife on a bike at a charity ride, the Miracle Ride, earlier this year. So it's just great. I grew up on motorcycles, but to have them back in my life has just been a great joy, and to be around all these patriotic Hoosiers who are raising money for our Military Relief Fund is just very inspiring.
So next year we go do the Rolling Thunder ride and we go out to the wall. We're going to be able to come see you when we're out in D.C. next year?
If I'm in D.C., you're going to see me.
All right. God bless you. Hey, we're up here on the north side of Indianapolis at Hangout of Flames. Cindy, there's no bikes in the parking lot. There's no registration table, no 50-50. What exactly are we doing here?
This is a maintenance and safety workshop that they're doing here. The Independence Riders brought us out, invited us out here. Mike is doing the workshop, and it is pretty cool, learning how to work on bikes.
You know, I understand today there's going to be like oil changes and stuff like that. I think this is a great idea, and I hope it catches on, and I hope they do more of these.
It would be cool if they did.
Well, let's go find out what's going on.
Let's go.
Well, hey, we're up here on the north side at Hangout at Flames. Mike, I know you guys are doing some type of a workshop here today. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going to happen?
Yeah, we're absolutely doing a workshop today, kind of a beginner introductory class for maintenance, for just kind of a little bit of history on the bikes and safety and maintenance on the bikes. We're working with the Independence MC, and they've kind of helped set this up with us. It's going to be a good day.
Right on. Now, I know like today there's going to be some oil changes you're going to show. I know you have several different bikes on the rack. Are they all getting oil changes?
All three are getting oil changes. We're going to be doing a sport bike, a metric cruiser, and then a Harley Davidson American-made bike. 3 different mechanics working on 3 different bikes one at a time. We'll cover things like tires, brakes, chain drive versus belt drive versus shaft drive, and just kind of give an introductory class on what to look for as a rider, what to check each day when they go out to get on their bike to make sure they're going to have a safe ride.
Are we going to see more of these kind of things? I know this is your first one. Is this going to be something we'll see every year?
It very well could be once a year, twice a year, something like that. We're taking notes on how well this goes or things that we can add for next time or take away. We definitely don't want to bore people to death, but we want to get the point across to be safe and to be seen while we're riding.
If there was a motorcycle club or group that wanted to do something like this, how would they get in touch with you?
Contact us, Hangout at Flames Motorcycle Shop. Phone number is 317-228-0123, or Facebook page, email. We got all kinds of stuff.
This is the second time that you guys have done this. How is it that you came about with the first one, and how did that event go?
Well, a lot of the guys, we get together, we do simple mechanics. So, as we tell the ladies, they need to learn how to do their stuff too. So learn how to change your own oil, do your own brake pads if need be. So they got together, and I think it was Dryer South, and put together one so everybody can be educated on simple mechanics, things you can do. You break down on the side of the road, how are you gonna fix it? What are you gonna do? So it turned out well, and I think the ladies enjoyed it, and that's why we're here again. We wanted to be included, the males, and put something all together so we can, show everybody how easy it is sometimes to fix your own bike, and what you can't fix, take it to a shop. You want
exactly.
to make sure safety first, but you gotta know what you're doing.
Well, Beetle, we're up here at Hangout at Flames. You guys are putting on this workshop, and I know Mike kind of, explained a little bit about what's going to happen. What does something like this cost if a club wanted to do this?
Well, actually for independent MC riders, they came to us several months ago, said they wanted to go ahead and learn a little bit more. So we didn't charge them anything. We actually wanted to ask them what kind of information they wanted to learn. And so we tailored it around their actual education factor. And they have a lot of different riders. So we did a little bit more of a roundabout class to go from safety, oil changes, brakes, what they need to know as far as being a rider.
So these classes are kind of tailor-made for each individual group or something to that effect?
Yes, something to that effect, because we've also done one for the women's group. We have a women's group that meets here once a month, and they came to me at the same time asking, hey, can we have a class on how to change our oil? So for them, we just did a basic oil change, and they were allowed to ask questions while we were doing the actual oil change. Like they wanted to learn a little bit more about brakes, what to look for. So we tailor-made it for them also so that they could go ahead and learn.
That is really cool. And just because, obviously on Steel Horse Thunder, we do a woman rider segment. Tell me a little bit about your what you do here for the lady riders.
Well, it started off as just ladies wanting to go ahead and ride together. And it's now evolved to women wanting to get together once a month and talk about motorcycles, what's going on in their life. It's just been an open kind of format for them. We try to ride together as much as possible, but we're more concerned about safety. What does it take to ride by yourself or by a group? Some women don't like to ride by groups because they want to get more educated on riding in groups. So we tailor it for them each meeting, and it's an open format, so it's just a comfort level. We have it here the second Thursday of every month. I open my doors at 6 o'clock, and I'm here waiting for them, and so far we've had about anywhere from 10 to 20 women a month.
Very good.
You guys have something else coming up, though, don't you, here in the next month?
Yes, ma'am. October the 15th, we are doing the PTSD Ride for American Legions. The new location is off 54th and Keystone. It's right next to Mississippi Bell. It's where the dogs are trained to detect for the veterans if they're going through those symptoms of PTSD. It calms them down. We have an enormous amount of veterans committing suicide because of this. And all the purpose of this fund is to get the veteran the actual dogs, and none of the money is coming out of their pockets. So definitely a number one item that needs to be addressed as far as the military is concerned, as far as veterans. And a lot of our members are also veterans too. So we're here to help as much as we can, and the American Legion apparently love what we do and asked us if we could lead it for them. So,
well, you know, that's really cool because the veterans, we appreciate all that they do. I don't think that they get the credit that they deserve. Love our veterans, love our policemen, those in the service, and we appreciate that you guys are jumping on board to help them also.
Oh yes, definitely, because without them we wouldn't have all the choices and benefits we have in the United States, which is myself, United States Navy, go Navy, of course. but we're here to support as much as possible anything that has a positive spin and to make the world better, to be honest. And not to gear away from why we're here, but one thing I want to do is show appreciation for you and Scott from Independence MC. We also want to make sure you all stay safe. So we have a guardian bell not only for just you, but also for Scott.
All right. Thank you so much. You guys are so good to us.
Always.
You've got the bike. Now get the gear. Renegade Classics of Indianapolis has Central Indiana's largest selection of leather jackets, chaps, and riding boots. Don't break the bank when shopping for gear. We have comfortable riding gear at prices you can afford. Already got the gear? Let us personalize it. Ladies, we know riding isn't just for men. That's why we have a whole section just for you. We're family and biker owned in a place where friends meet friends. Renegade Classics. Ride more, spend less.
Leidendorf Law has been a proud sponsor of charity rides throughout Central Indiana. Through the years, we have established many lasting relationships with Steel Horse viewers and clients. I've had many riders come up to me and say, I hope I don't ever need a lawyer, but if I do, I know who to call. So if you're in an accident and need a seasoned trial lawyer, call Leidendorf Law. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
So Amy, you're a female rider. How long have you been riding?
I actually took the abate course in the fall of 2013.
Okay, so you've been riding a few years. What made you decide, hey, let's go ride a motorcycle?
I actually lived in Milwaukee, Wisconsin starting in 2000 and got the bug while living in the city of motorcycles. So when I moved to Indiana, I didn't know a lot of riders and I had a bad experience on the back with somebody. So I decided it was time to learn how to ride my own.
I think it's a great decision. What kind of riding do you like to do?
I'll go on the freeway, back roads, anywhere that's got an open road and no gravel.
No, I don't think anybody really likes gravel. Tell me a little bit about your motorcycle. This is a beautiful bike. Is this the first bike you ever had?
Yes, I started out on this. It's a 2013 Harley Davidson Switchback. Got the 103 engine. The tank is actually a custom tank from the Harley line. There's 150 of them in the world. So you'll probably never see this exact setup anywhere else. So, and it goes anywhere I want it to go. I just crossed over 17,000 miles on my birthday.
Good deal. Very good. And so, do you ride with groups or are you kind of a lone wolf?
I ride with friends. I belong to 2 of the local hog chapters, and I ride with them as well. And sometimes I go out by myself. If nobody's available, I'm not going to let a good day pass me by, so I'll go out on my own.
You're part of 2 local hog chapters. Are you allowed to do that?
Absolutely. Hog will encourage you to enjoy as many as you want. So I'm a member of the South Side and the North Side chapters.
I'll be. So you got your own civil war going on right here, huh?
Absolutely.
Who's winning the fight, North or South?
Well, right now it's a tie. I love both groups. There's a lot of great people in both groups, so I enjoy riding with them all.
So, bucket list. Anything that you're thinking now, you've been riding a few years and think, you know what I really want to do?
Get out and ride. I actually am hoping to go down to Tennessee again and do the Dierks Bentley Miles of Music for Kids ride. I did that last year, and I want to continue to do that every year. It's a fantastic charity ride. It's probably one of the best rides I've ever been on, so I want to make sure I keep that on my list. Last year we drove through rain and crazy winds and terrible traffic and got there, and it was the best ride ever. I'd like to go to Sturgis, and I'd like to hit one of the coasts. I'd like to take my bike to the beach.
You hear that little voice? It says, meet me where the road touches the sky. It's time to ride. And when you're on the road, make sure you have rider insurance. Rider is focused solely on the motorcycle community and has been for almost 4 decades. We know what it's like to feel the wind on our face because we're riders ourselves. Come see the difference. Ride with Rider.
Motorcycle riders want the freedom of the open road with the wind in their face. Unfortunately, other motorists often do not give motorcycles the proper attention that the law requires. When an accident occurs, call Leidendorf Law for a free consultation. Our team of lawyers is ready to aggressively pursue your case and fight for your rights in and out of a courtroom. We'll help you on the road to recovery so that soon you can return to the open road. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Some people say true beauty comes from within. At Krambos, we think beauty can be inside and out. Along with the best paint and bodywork in the state, Krambos also offers all Harley motorcycle service work, from tune-ups to rebuilds. So make sure your bike looks as good as it runs and bring it on in to the only shop that treats your bike as good as we treat our own. Krambos. We'll get you noticed.
Well, hey, we're here at Southside Harley Davidson on the south side of Indianapolis. I'm going to test ride a new motorcycle. This is the new 2017 Roadster, Sportster, so I haven't seen one of these yet, so I'm ready to take a look at it. Now that's nice. I like that. Obviously, the first thing you notice is the handlebars, nice and down low, and hey, that's a good looking bike. It's a very good looking bike. Sportsters to me are a lot of fun to ride. I was riding an 82 Sportster before I got on my Road King. I've always been a fan of the Sportsters, and this is the new Roadster. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was a mid-season production bike, so definitely got plenty of leg room here. Sits up a little higher. I kind of like that. It's always a lot more fun. Sit them up a little higher, shorter wheelbase. Always a lot more fun in the curves. Get a lot more aggressive. Nice acceleration. Nice cornering. Fun little bike right here, man. A lot of people call these beginner bikes, or, you know, the wife wants to start riding, so they put her on a Sportster. I'm telling you, these are not beginner's bikes. These bikes have so much torque, so much power, so much quickness that you gotta know what you're doing when you're riding one of these bikes, man. These are, whoever thought this was a good beginner's bike, I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah, they're light, yeah, they're a little smaller, but my God, they got a lot of power. You better be hanging on when you play with one of these. Well, Eric, you know, I had a great time on the bike. It's a lot of fun. Sportsters to me, I've always enjoyed them. I was riding an 82 Sportster. It wasn't even mine, it was a buddy of mine's. That's what I was riding up until I got my Road King. The obvious things. I'm a pretty tall person. Mid controls there doesn't work for me that well. That obviously I would have to go forward controls. But other than that, the bike fit me good. The seat fits good. It's got great throttle response. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, it looks great, and even the bars. Now, would you consider those? Are those considered drag bars?
No, the drag bar is more straight as it comes out. This one is more what they call the low ride bars on it to give you a little more lean forward feel to it. Of course, a shorter person is going to lean a little bit farther forward and down with the bars, but somebody like you still had a forward leaning riding position on it when you rode.
Mm-hmm. Now that, and then what about the front wheel? Is that the standard size for a regular Sportster front wheel, or is that a little fatter?
These are a little bit bigger and fatter tires than you would find on your other Sportster models. The 48 has a shorter, fatter tire on it. Mm-hmm. The 883 Iron and the 883 Super Low, different set of tires and wheels on those. This one's got a 19-inch on the back and an 18-inch on the rear. And of course, you still get the power of that 1200cc engine on there with the 5-speed transmission. Mm-hmm. So, Harley's really taken 60 years of the Sportster and morphed it into this great bike. If you wanted to something with a little sportier appearance than your standard, 883 Super Low.
Right.
That a lot of people really like because it's low to the ground. This is for a little taller rider, but also offers that sleek, sporty, Jimmy Dean look to it, if you will.
Yes. Yeah. No, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Everything about it was nice. And here's the biggest thing: the mirrors. I could actually see out of the mirrors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now, the old Sportsters, that was just kind of a tradition.
Yeah,
you just don't. You look in your mirror and everything's a blur back there. Whereas these here, I mean, it was no different than looking out of any other motorcycle I've ever rode. I mean, you could see everything perfectly fine. I was very surprised at how smooth the bike ran.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of vibration on it. Not a whole lot of shaking like I was used to with the old Sportsters.
Yeah. Well, and since Harley continuously improves on these motorcycles, and continuing on with the Sportster pricing, this bike is just under $12,000. I mean, closer to 11 if you get one that's just in black, and then you got a two-tone color, and you can get solid colors. So, between that $11,000 $12,000 mark for a Sportster makes an awesome motorcycle if you want to get out and enjoy, the sleek, sporty appearance of the Roadster.
Oh, exactly. And when did the Roadster come out?
They brought this bike out in March of this year.
Okay.
There were 2 new bikes that Harley Davidson brought out, and I think we've already talked about a couple of those. Mm-hmm. We did the Pro Street Breakout that we had an opportunity to talk about a little bit earlier this year. And this was the second one that they brought out, but wanted to take an opportunity now that they brought it back out in 2017 to talk about it and show it to everybody. Come in and take it for a test ride. You don't have to make an appointment, just come in and take it. Give us a call, we'll be happy to get you out on it and let you take it for a ride.
Well, I appreciate you letting me take this out, because I tell you what, I've always liked the Sportsters, but I was pleasantly surprised to see how much improvements have gone into them over
absolutely,
the years.
Absolutely.
Still Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.